Hey everyone, Donnie here. When we return, I have the GPTOYS. This is the S912 right after this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification so you can see what's coming up next on Big Drone Flyer 77 RC. Hey, today I have the S912. This is from GPTOYS. It's a little two-wheel drive Truggy, which is a nice little truck here. Actually not a bad little runner for beginners, so if you're just getting into the hobby, this may be the one for you. I definitely like the body style, guys. As you can see, I am a big Traxxas fan, and they did a really good job on copying the e-revo mini, so definitely like the body style, but definitely is not a Traxxas. So this is definitely a toy grade right here, guys. But like I said, they did a really good job on copying it, but it's definitely nowhere close to what's inside this. But I just wanted to show you guys that. But you can switch out the bodies if you have one of these little Revos. You can switch out the bodies. You could buy some of these bodies aftermarket. I'll leave some links on Amazon, and you can swap out the bodies and put it on this GPTOYS. So I will leave a link in the descriptions for this Truggy right here. So let's go ahead and get this thing open, show you what's inside, and show you what comes in the package, and then we'll take it for a run, guys. So stay tuned for that. All right, I went ahead and pulled all 4 pins off of here. Let's go ahead and take off the canopy. Gonna take a look inside. I went ahead and poked the antenna through here, and I'm going to slide these pins open, take the cover off, because this is where the battery goes. It is 9.6 volt and it's 800 milliamps. You have the on and off switch here, so that is the bad thing about this, is you have to take this cover off every time to turn this on and off. So I wish they would have put it on the outside somewhere, but I went ahead and got it plugged in. It's ready to go. I'm going to put the cover back on. It does have a 390 motor, and this one has a motorized steering on this one, so it doesn't have an actual servo, so we'll have to test that out. The controller it came with is a 2.4 gigahertz. It's a pretty cheap controller. I really don't like this controller that much, so I'll test it out. But I did bring another controller that came with my S920 Pro, and it does bind up to this, and you're able to adjust the motor speed and the steering a lot better. So I'll show you that here in a minute. So you do have the charger in here, so it does come with the charger. So these lights light up and they'll turn green once it's charged, and then you got your lug nut tightener, extra little pins to hold the body, and plastic gears. This does have plastic differential in the rear for the two-wheel drive, so it isn't metal, but it does have all metal bearings in it, so the bearings are pretty good here. But everything else is pretty much plastic. The transmission little hubs right here and the dog bone are metal, so that is a good thing on that. So let's go ahead and throw this thing together, take it for a run, and see how well it does. So one other thing is GPTOYS does supply a really good manual, you guys. Has all the parts list in here in case you need to go and order some parts for it, and or extra bodies, and it's all colorized. That's one thing I like about GPTOYS. They've always did really well on their manuals. So all right, I don't believe this is going to get 33 miles an hour, maybe 20. Hopefully we'll have to give it a run and see. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, I went ahead and turned on the on button on this, put it back together, put the pins in, turned on the controller right here. Here's the steering trim here. Let's give it a try. Stock, it does only have friction shocks on here, so you may want to upgrade to oil-filled shocks if you want to do any kind of modifications of this, because these friction shocks aren't very good, you guys. So like I said, it's just a toy, a beginner, so let's go ahead and give it a shot here and see what it does. Let's see how this is. And definitely gonna spin out a little long. Yeah, it's not too bad. Fun little donut car. But yeah, not very fast. This thing's probably only, I'd be lucky to get 20 miles an hour. I doubt it though. It looks more, I don't know, probably 15. I'm not going to do a speed test on this, guys, because it's not worth it. It's not very fast. There is only one rate of speed on here. There is no switch for different speeds. What I did want to show you, I mean, the steering works pretty good. It's not bad. But the controller I wanted to show you was from that Pro that I got. Let me go ahead and get that controller out. Let me shut this off real quick. All right, we got it going. I wanted to show too that I left the plastic on here, so this would be a lot more shinier, but I left it on there in case I crash and stuff. Kind of leaves a little protective film on here, but you can peel that off. It'll be all nice and shiny. But like I said, what I like about this controller is if you do have any GPTOYS, you can try them out and see if they do bind up like this one does. This controller actually has a high and low, so here's low, kind of almost what it was doing with the stock controller, but it actually has a high button here, gives it a lot more power. So I notice I get a little bit more power than I do with the stock controller. So yeah, definitely a fun little runner. It'd probably be good out in the dirt or maybe on a track. So it definitely runs pretty good. It's a fun little Truggy. I believe you're supposed to be able to get 10 to 15 minutes worth of runtime on this one, so that'd be pretty fun. Definitely good for kids or even adults if you want something just to thrash around, take with you when you're traveling, just have a little fun with. But you know, with Christmas coming up, this would be definitely a good beginner Truggy for kids. But yeah, it's definitely got quite a bit of torque for a little two-wheel drive, and so far the range is pretty good with this controller. I did try the stock controller and I was able to get down there towards the end of this trash unit here with no problems at all. So see what this one does. Yeah, this one gets over there no problem at all either. So yeah, not bad at all. Have to go take this out to some dirt sometime and thrash it around, but I'm probably going to end up giving this one away as well. It would be a fun little Truggy to go and put some oil filled shocks and maybe convert over to a LiPo battery. So you'll have to clip some wires, add on a different connector, and then you can go with like a you could probably go with a 3S battery in this, but definitely a 2S would be fine, you know, if you can get it to fit in there. If not, keep the cover off and put a little strap underneath to hold the LiPo battery, and you'll definitely give it a lot more boost and a little more torque. So, and it'll run a lot longer. Well, yeah, it's definitely fun. This controller works a lot better. Too bad GPTOYS didn't go and put this controller with it instead of this little cheapy one. But you know, for a little cheapy one, it does work. This is hard plastic, you know, so it's just a definitely a low grade version controller, but it does the job, you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and keep going in circles. You guys pretty much get the idea how it runs. It runs pretty good, you guys, and like I was saying, they did a really good job on making this look just like the Traxxas e-revo, which the e-revo I have is brushless. This is brushed 390 motor, and it's only two-wheel drive. This one is four-wheel drive. But like I was saying, I'll leave a link in the descriptions to some other bodies you can buy off of Amazon, as well as the purchase link for this one. But you can buy some different bodies. Even this one I have here will go on there, and it'll give it a lot nicer look. You can go and swap parts like the fin. You could put the back spoiler from this Traxxas onto here. You can't do anything with the shocks because on the e-revo they have them up on top on both ends. So in this one, they're right here like traditional on the side here, so you can't get some oil filled shocks and put that on there. It'll give it a lot better traction. If you thicken up the oil a little bit, it'll keep it on the ground a little bit better, you guys. So, but anyways, that's pretty much it. I just want to do a quick review on this, and I appreciate GPTOYS for sending this out for a review. And guys, Christmas is coming up. Definitely a really good Truggy to get for the kids, and it's fun, you know, even for adults too. It's something fun to mess around with. So all right guys, thanks for watching. God bless.